Hey, welcome everybody to the first edition of the Mullet Mashup. We are live with the Mullet. He's pulled off at a truck stop on I-25, and he's here to give us his picks for UFC 284, taking place this evening. We're going to talk about the two championship fights. And then he's going to give us his picks. And if you want more picks, make sure you join our Slack at the Fanstitution for the rest of the undercard fights. So, Mullet, how you doing today?
What's up, boys and girls? Hey, listen, I'm heading south on I-65. I got to haul a trucking load down to the Gulf of Mexico. I got a thing full of Budweiser. Cracked into the stash just a few hours ago. Just going to drink my way down to the Gulf, swerving slightly back and forth. But, yeah, I pulled off the side of the road here at a Pilot. Got a couple showers in there, just washed my hair, keep it nice and flowing. Yeah, I figured I'd call up old Buzz here and see what he's got. Appreciate you having me on the show.
We appreciate you making the time. Are you going to be able to get these bets in an illegal gambling state?
Well, I don't know, to be honest with you. The stash and the beard might hook me up to book. I don't really know. I ain't really called them. They're probably too busy drinking sparkling water and kombucha or eating salads or some shit. But I reckon I might be able to get a hold of them, see if they give me a pick in.
I think they might do that for you. I think they might do that, Mullet. So big fight tonight.
Yeah.
We've got the interim featherweight championship. Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett. Tell us what you're thinking. Tell us what you're feeling about this fight.
Well, first off, neither one of these fighters really deserve the title. I'll just say that because Volkanovski is the number one pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And so it just happens by chance that they're getting this interim belt opportunity. And really, in my opinion, it don't mean shit either way, even if Volkanovski loses or if he wins. And in the featherweight division, outside of Volkanovski and what's that other feller's name?
Rodriguez?
No, not Rodriguez. The other guy.
Emmett, Josh Emmett.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of somebody else. That old boxer guy. What's his name? Damn it! Now I can't think of his name. Hold on a second. Anyway.
So in the meantime, I mean, explain for the folks that might not know. I mean, Volkanovski is moving up into lightweight, correct?
Yeah. So what we've got tonight, we've got an interim belt because Volkanovski's moving up to try to be the double champ against Islam Makhachev. And so it's the number one and number two pound-for-pound fighter going at it. Really probably going to be the fight of the year, in my opinion. Outside of, we had some big news drop for Mike Chandler and Conor McGregor. That could be the fight of the year, but this one's gonna be a close race for that one because you got a guy that's beaten Max Holloway. That's the guy's name. Max Holloway 3 times. Volkanovski has outboxed him 3 times, and then you've got a guy in the lightweight division, Islam Makhachev, that has submitted arguably one of the best submitters in the sport, Alex Oliveira. So it's going to be a good fight. But, yeah, let's dive into this featherweight interim championship. So outside of Max Holloway and Volkanovski in the featherweight division, I just don't see anybody who really deserves this belt other than those two. So what we've got is we've got 2 guys fighting for the belt that don't really have any kind of finishing power via submission or knockout, in my opinion.
Okay.
So my bet for this one is the fight to go the distance. It's a measly minus 125. If you follow my bets, I'm usually way more aggressive than that. But this trucking route I've got on right now, I've not really able to do my research this week.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
I've spent most of my time on the main event. The co-main event doesn't really get much attention in this one. I'm going to pick it to be fight to go the distance. If you want to be, if you really want to go into it, you could pick the fight to be won by unanimous decision, which would be a plus 120. But I don't see this fight getting finished. Two guys,
So
they can
it's going to go the
going to
distance.
go the distance. So that'd be my fight. That would be my pick for this one. Is fight to go the distance? Yes, for minus 125, and then for the gambling man that thinks that I think Rodriguez is going to win the fight.
Yeah, the money's on Rodriguez. He's at minus 190 is what I'm seeing right now.
But he's not going to knock him out, so you might as well take more money and pick it to go by decision.
That's so if it goes the distance, are you putting it on Rodriguez to win by decision going the distance?
Yeah, but I don't want to. Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
So it could go. We could go winning method. We could go Rodriguez to win by decision for plus 150. To go the distance in general is 125, negative 125. So you just don't know. I think to go to the distance is the safe bet here.
Okay.
But I think Rodriguez wins by decision. That's my round and finish for that. But I don't think that any one of these guys finish each other. I think it's going to end up in a point sparring match, kickboxing match. I don't even think there's a takedown. If there was an over under for takedowns, I'd probably pick 0. There's not, so I'm not going to even go
really.
That.
Wow.
Yeah. So
they're going to slug it out. They're not going to wrestle.
They're not even
going to
slug it out, boy. They're just going to sit there and fucking pitter pat back and forth like a couple of kids on the playground playing patty cake with each other. So I just don't think that it's going to happen. Could be wrong. I don't know shit about this sport at all. So I'm just out here at a truck stop on a fucking payphone making a phone call. So I don't know, but that's what the Mullet's doing. I mean, I'm putting all my gas money on it. So I hope.
Well, the professor always rides with the Mullet on your UFC picks. Bit me in the ass last week. Don't know what happened to Derek Lewis. His balls were not hot. His balls were not hot last week.
Dude, let's talk about that for just a second.
Let's do.
I mean, Sergey Pavlovich got a hold of him, looked like flies on shit, and then he just couldn't get him off of him, man.
It was unreal. He looked gassed. I don't know what his cardio was. It was ugly.
Yeah.
It was an ugly damn fight, and I'm pissed that I stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that. It was ugly. I mean, it looked like Derek Lewis gave up, to be honest with you. It looked like Sergey got that arm body lock on him from behind and just kept dragging him to the ground, and ended up getting that arm triangle, and it just looked like shit. I mean, Derek Lewis looked like fucking asshole, and I don't know if he's done.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think he's done? I mean, how do you come back from a fight like that?
I mean, here's the thing. At the heavyweight division, man, those guys take more of a beating than any division. So if you're not fighting for the title, if you're not trying to fight for the title, then you probably shouldn't be fighting. And I just don't see him getting back up to that level of fighting.
He looked good at the weigh-in, though. Yeah. I mean, he looked fit. He was down, down weight, looked fit. But then as soon as he got in the ring, he was just gassed from the second they said go.
Well, he was. And, you look at that, and then you look at the top of the heavyweight division. You look at Jamaha Hill that just beat Glover Teixeira. And that was an absolute fucking battle. And those guys were in shape, and they were beating the shit out of each other. And it went 5 rounds. And Jamaha Hill is an animal. And you look, and you think, can Derek Lewis do that for 5 rounds? The answer is no.
No. I mean, based on last week, no at all.
So. I think Derek Lewis might finish out his contract and go smoke weed with Joe Rogan on fucking Joe Rogan podcast. I don't know what else he's gonna do. I love him to death. I think he's awesome. Got the most KOs in UFC history. Just an absolute bruiser. But man, I don't know. That was pretty tough for me. It was tough on my pride too, because I believe so strongly in that pick.
Yeah. That's an interesting thing, just, from a UFC fan perspective, is watching the guys that you love just decrease in talent or decrease in ability. You've seen it. If you've been watching for a long time, you've seen it with fighters. it's a tough thing to deal with when you really like somebody and you watch them fight for a long time, and then to see them come back and just be a shell of what they were. It's not fun.
No, it's not. And I've dealt with that because I'm a big Mike Chandler fan. I love the guy. And he's been winning every fight that he's fought in, and then gets fucking beat in round 2 or 3. Like he wins round 1 decisively, like 10-8 rounds in round 1, and then loses the fucking fight. So yeah,
Just can't finish. Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
right.
it's rough.
Hey, but let's jump into this next fight.
All
I
right.
want to talk.
So let me set the stage here. Islam Makhachev versus Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Volkanovski moving up from the featherweight division to the lightweight. The money is on Islam, right? I mean, he's a minus 380 right now on DraftKings. Alexander the Great is plus money. I like it at plus 310. Give us your thoughts, Mullet.
I love it, man. All right, here's the tea. Here's the fucking deal, people. I do not believe that Islam Makhachev wins this fight. And this what I'm about to say is no disrespect to the Islam camp. Islam Makhachev he's fought DuBronx, right? He's fought Oliveira. That is the only fucking dude that this guy has fought that's really been worth a shit. And let me dive in on that a little bit. He knocked Oliveira down and got on top of him, and performed an arm triangle. He didn't take him down. He knocked him down. And Oliveira is not that fucking good of a striker. I mean, he leaves his windows open. He's a great. Let me rephrase that. He's a good striker. He's not a very good boxer. He doesn't box well with guys who are standing up. He doesn't throw hands the way, that a Conor McGregor is going to throw hands, or a Dustin Poirier is going to throw hands, or a Volkanovski is going to throw hands. Listen, Dustin Poirier knocked Oliveira down. Justin Gaethje knocked Oliveira down. Michael Chandler knocked Oliveira down. And the only reason they lost those fights is because they couldn't get on top of him and finish him like Makhachev did. Makhachev knocked him down, but Makhachev has the ground game to get on top of him and submit him.
Yeah, he's a wrestler, right? I mean, he's in the Khabib camp, right? Yep. He's trained with him, so he knows what the wrestle piece is.
He's the best submitter in the UFC. If he gets you on the ground and gets in a dominant position, if he gets you in the mount, if he gets you in side guard, if he gets you in close guard, or he gets your back, he's going to win the fight probably. In most situations. The thing here, I'd like to switch to Volkanovski. So Volkanovski is kind of the opposite side of the spectrum, right? Volkanovski's last fight, he beat Max Holloway by unanimous decision in probably, I would say, one of the best boxing expeditions I've ever seen against the guy. Yeah. Max Holloway is top 5 UFC boxing striker of all time. Like the guy could, he could box with Floyd Mayweather. The guy, he slips, he throws, he's got power, he can hook, he's got all these things, and Volkanovski fucking destroyed him. I mean, absolutely made his fucking face look like it got beat with a bag of nickels. Like I've never seen anything like it. And if you watch that fight, I mean, he looked absolutely incredible. I mean, he looked at his peak. I mean, Volkanovski, as good as he is, this tonight, he's going to look better than he did last fight. He's peaking right now. We talk about all the guys
I like
in their
it.
prime. You talk about Tyson, Mayweather, McGregor, these monuments of martial arts at their peak. This is the Volkanovski era. And in my mind, I can't fathom him being plus 310 money. But I'm going to fucking hammer that money line with 30 units tonight.
Damn.
All right. The reason I say that, Volkanovski is going to win the fight. I don't know how. He's a national champion wrestler. So we just kind of...
So he can wrestle, yeah. That's what I was going to say. I mean, he's a known striker, but the reality is, like, he can still wrestle. I think a lot of folks are saying that Islam is the much better wrestler, but he's a national champion wrestler.
So
it's insane.
Let's talk a little bit about the difference between grappling as a whole. It's kind of Mullet's corner here for education. Grappling as a whole is any kind of wrestling, jiu-jitsu in the clinch, any kind of body-on-body continuous contact that we're wrestling around or maneuvering with each other for position. Striking is projectile from a distance, punches, knees, all that stuff. So when we talk about grappling, there's two main styles of grappling. You got your wrestling, you got like your jiu-jitsu or your submission stuff. So Makhachev is by far the far superior submitter. Like, he will submit you, he'll put you in chokes and locks and all this stuff. Volkanovski, he can scramble, man. And so when we talk about why this matters is when Islam Makhachev goes for a takedown on Volkanovski's takedown defense is going to be there. He's going to be able to scramble and sprawl and body lock and maneuver for position and be really good in the clinch. And I just don't see him getting on the ground. I don't see Islam getting on the ground and getting on top of him and submitting him, because he couldn't do it to Oliveira. He had to knock Oliveira down. He's not going to knock Volkanovski down.
Yeah, Volkanovski's the way better striker in this match.
And Volkanovski has the engine of a fucking Clydesdale horse, man. Like, this dude he's secretariat in the ranks, man. Like, he can run forever. He can move for 5 rounds just like he moved in round 1. And I think that Volkanovski, I'd like to say a TKO in round 4, late round 4. I think that it's a gas tank issue for Makhachev. I think he tries these takedowns and he gets failed guillotines and all these things.
Wears him out.
Yeah, I think he wears him out. I think he gets up, he punches him in the fucking face 100 times tonight. And I just think that it's going to end round 4 by TKO. That's the Mullet's call. Let's see what that odds is. Those are.
So there's a tasty parlay on DraftKings right now. So Volkanovski to win. The winning method is decision, and 25 plus significant strikes in round 1 for Volkanovski at plus 700. That is tasty, man, because I think he's going to throw some punches. He's going to throw some strikes in round 1. 25 is tough to get to. If I could buy that down to 15, 16, I might be more inclined to take that. But do you think it goes to decision on that, or are you riding with your TKO in round 4?
So because of both these guys are finishers. So we talked earlier about the 2 featherweights not being finishers.
Yeah.
Both these guys are finishers. So I don't.
Someone's gonna finish it.
Yeah, I don't like the decision. I don't like the decision piece. I'm picking a late TKO.
Okay.
The odds are so good on Volkanovski to just money line. Like, this is a simple bet. I'd hammer that money line.
Just take him to
win.
I
would take him to win. And if you really want to ride the mullet, like pomade and all, headband and sunglasses, man, ride Alexander Volkanovski to win by KO, TKO / DQ in round 4 for plus 4,500. And that'll make you enough money. I could lose the rest of the year. Maybe sprinkle a half a unit on that, but I'm really excited. I'm gonna fucking go down to Panama City and pull into the Buffalo Wild Wings tonight and drink about 100 Dr. Peppers and 100 Bud Lights, and I'm gonna watch this fight. But I think it's gonna be incredible, man. I think it's gonna be I think the whole card is pretty good. There's some good matchups, but definitely the championship bouts are worth checking out if you like UFC at all. You know me, I'm a mullet rider. I have been since day one. Anything you throw in the gambling group, I'm generally on. Won me some money, lost me some money. But I think at the end of the day, I'm still up on riding with the mullet. So
I'd ride shotgun in that semi truck with you any day.
Over the top, man. I'm in here working my forearms to start winning arm wrestling competitions.
Perfect. Take that money from the competition, put it on Alexander the Great, TKO in the 4th round, KO, TKO, DQ. I'm all over it. Well, Mullet, I appreciate you taking a little truck stop for us. Go get you a shower, take you a big old truck stop dump, and get on down.
I'm gonna honk out a dirt snake real quick.
And get on down to Panama City in time for the fight tonight. All right,
all right, brother. Hey, y'all take it easy up there, and if you win some money tonight, just put it on black, never red.
Will do. All right, drive safe, Mullet.
All right, see you, boys.